Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the r/PettyRevenge subreddit. I have quite a few short but sweet petty revenge stories for you today, but let me tell you that there are some absolute beauties in here today, okay? So let's snicker together in diabolical pleasure as I read through these, then we'll have a chat at the end. So without further ado, let's jump into the stories, shall we? You say dogs barking is just what dogs do, huh? I had a neighbor that had a dog that, I shit you not, barked from about 7 p.m. till 5 a.m. non-stop. They worked nights, I believe. They kept it outside. I knocked numerous times, and they said, "Dogs bark, what do you expect?" Their house was directly behind mine. We shared a divided wall. I recorded their dog for a full day. The minute they brought him in and felt like they were sleeping, I popped my phone into the dock and played it on my stereo full blast facing their yard at 9 a.m. They came over raving mad about my wall by about 12, asking me to shut my dog up. I said, "It's your dog. I recorded him. Since you seem to miss out on what dogs do, I'm just playing the radio at normal, allowable city time, and I will do this every day." They started bringing the dog in at night after that. Won't close your window? I can do that for you. So this takes place midsummer while in college. I attended a major southern school, so needless to say, midsummer was 90 plus and high humidity. I had a roommate who loved to keep his window open. That by itself wouldn't be a big deal, but he also loved to run AC at full blast. Our electric bill was regularly twice what our neighbors were, and he froze our unit twice, which forced us to let it thaw out, meaning no AC at all during that time. I would come home from classes and see his window wide open, and often he wasn't even home. After the second time he froze the coils, I told him that if I ever came home in the middle of the afternoon to find his window wide open with the AC running, I was going to nail it shut. I guess he thought I was joking, since we were in an apartment complex. And surely enough, the very next day, I came home and his window was open, AC was blasting, and he was nowhere to be found. I grabbed a couple of long wood screws along with a power drill, and within about 2 minutes, that window never opened again. Don't be letting the bot air out, fool. I'm a bitch. Okay, let me prove it to you. So I dispatched third shift at a cab and tow company. 2 nights a week, cabs are closed because we don't get enough business to be open all night like we are the rest of the week. Tows are still open, so I have to be here answering phones. The cab lines still ring. Sometimes people call to schedule a future ride, and I can help those people, so I still answer the phone. If I don't answer the phone, it rings like 20 times before going to voicemail, which is super irritating. Plus, if I don't answer, people usually call right back, so it's much easier to just answer it and tell people we're closed. Unfortunately, this means dealing with rude comments from people who are pissed we're closed. I usually get at least one a-hole a night. Last night, for example, one girl called. I told her we're closed, and she goes, "F you, bitch." Charming, right? So I blacklisted her phone number and moved on. I've had so many of these a-holes that I've started recording their phone numbers in an Excel file. And those people do not get rides from me if they call while we're open. Petty, but effective. Cabs are open tonight, and guess who just called me? I thought I recognized her number, so I made her wait on hold for a minute while I checked my little list. Once I confirmed it was her, I took her off hold. "Thanks for holding. How can I help you? Can I get a cab?" "Nope. You're gonna have to call someone else. I don't give cabs to people who call me a bitch." And then I cackled entirely too hard. Such a small victory, but it felt amazing. Just waiting for someone to notice. I moved back home, deep south, after 10 years in a more educated, inclusive part of the country. My parents have a man cave in the basement. Think pool table, projector TV, neon lights, beer fridge, etc. Part of the decor are flags that are hung across one of the walls. They are all relevant. Maryland for my mom, South Carolina for my dad, an American flag, some football teams, and a Confederate flag. I asked my parents why they kept the Confederate flag up, and they simply replied, "It's heritage." I have had this conversation many times with my family over the years, and it usually ends with something like, "We know it's wrong and it makes folks uncomfortable, but it's our history." This particular time, their response really made me tick. So to take out my frustration, I ordered an LGBTQ flag, relevant to me, on the next day delivery and promptly hung it over the old stars and bars. No one has noticed or mentioned it, yet. Crotch circle. Tribute to my neighbor. My neighbor likes to mow his 5-acre field. A lot. Me, not so much. My neighbor also likes to get drunk and make noise shouting at everyone. Accuses people of looking at his wife, yells at the kids on their little motorcycles by his house. Last summer, he told me to step on his property so he could kick my ass. That was enough. I got my mower and carved a roughly 150-foot long tribute to my neighbor. It's not perfect, but I'm not a lawn care scientist. Presenting My neighbor is a big fat D. I can't wait for Google Earth to update. Petty revenge on boss's wife. My boss used to have me do personal work for him. I was an executive assistant, and I used to stock his fridge and cupboard with snacks, book his work and personal travel, write up reports for his side business, buy his wife's Christmas, Valentine's, and anniversary presents, plus, handle clients and his emails and actual work for the company. One time when booking his wife a trip to the tropics, I put down her email for the confirmations to be sent to. She called me and screamed at me about how she can't afford to get junk email. She didn't work outside the home, so I don't know why she thought her email was that important. I soon quit. And about a year after quitting, I used her email to enter every sweepstakes and enter now to win a computer I could. Every mailing list for every website. I probably signed her up for at least 50 mailing lists. Deal with that spam. No. Okay, this is good, but I guarantee the snob just hired a new assistant to deal with her first world problems and ordered the new assistant to just make her a new email address. What you gotta do is sign her up for mail order catalogs. Sign her up for every free mail subscription service out there. If you really want to stir the pot, sign up their address for an R-rated magazine subscription and address them to her husband. Yes, I know I'm evil, so sign up for my Petty Revenge seminar by hitting that subscribe button. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed those Petty Revenge stories. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit stories. Bye!